Dieu. Hello everyone, I'm Caroline.
And I'm probably Phil. Caroline was so busy reading down the chat, she looked over and we had 8 seconds left on the countdown. She goes, oh no!
And we've got a very dicky switch on. I'll show you my microphone. This switch is terrible for turning the sound on and off, so I usually turn it on. And we just made it, so we're okay.
You'll be glad to know, Ed has said sound and picture fine.
Perfect. I was just checking, thinking, oh no. Yeah,
Yes,
oh, that's
we
wonderful.
are here. We
so
are
thank
here.
you all for joining us. I'm so excited. I'm making myself cough.
Yes,
First thing I want to
Caroline's
do
managed
is...
to pick up my cold, didn't you?
I
during the
know,
week?
so I didn't even get one video out from my channel this week because I was just feeling rotten. But Brian O'Brien, I want to say thank you because you've given us a coffee donation. So thank you ever so much, Brian. I think that's the only one.
Yeah, that's come in during the...
Yes, I don't think
countdown.
another one came in. So, but thank you ever so much, Brian. We really do appreciate that. It's very kind of you.
We do indeed. And there are 56 people in at the moment.
56, oh, lovely 56
So
of you
it's a
want to spend your Saturday evening with us. How lovely. Well, it's not always Saturday evening. It could be Sunday morning, depending on where you are.
Indeed. But it's definitely Saturday night here because it's 9 o'clock.
It is.
It's pitch dark outside, but the nights are getting...
They are
getting lighter. So our clocks flip over, they leap forward an hour at the end of this month. And then we should be getting... It'd probably be only just getting dark when we go live.
Oh, I love the light evenings. You can do so much with your day when it's lighter for longer.
Oh, Lisa G, thank you so much. You've interrupted Caroline.
Well done for interrupting me, Lisa.
Yes,
oh,
$3
super chat
yeah.
and a lemon. And I'm not sure what he's doing. Is he going? He's blowing us a kiss?
Not sure.
I can't quite tell with my glasses. Just a second.
Not easy to see.
I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but he's very cute anyway. Thank you ever so much, Lisa. That's really kind of you. We do appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Indeed we do. That's very kind of you. Indeed.
Let's find out who are the first 3 in. First person in tonight. Oh, he's on the ball. The Victorian Mudlark Adam. Well done. Jen W was 2nd place. Well done, Jen. And 3rd place was Bonnie Tyler, fan 34. Excellent. So, well done to you 3. And Rachel Bailey was just pipped to the post, 4th place. But we got a lot of chat going on. Lovely to see you here.
And Phyllis is saying that their clocks move tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Sunday morning. Yeah, early Sunday morning they move forward. So they're actually going forward the hour tonight, whereas we've got another couple of weeks yet.
Yep.
End of the month.
2 weeks to go, I think we've got.
Yeah.
That's going to get very confusing, isn't it, for next week?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, end of March they go forward, end of October, is it they go back? Or something like that, or September, I don't know.
I can never remember. End of October, I think.
October, probably.
I usually wait till they tell me on the news.
Yes, it does tend to get on radios and everything, and everyone's telling everybody else. And still, back in the days when we were running a church and we were in ministry, there were always those who turned up just as the meeting was finishing.
Yep.
Because they hadn't moved their clock. Or turn up an hour early and go home thinking we'd cancel the service because they'd arrived an hour before. So managed every year to catch somebody out with all the notifications that go around. Somebody always got caught.
Right, Abigail said, Caroline, we will have to have him play when your microphones go out and you are silent filming. Oh, we do that a lot, don't we? We keep somebody busy if they were our silent video manager. I know Ed's been cooking a giant Welsh cake in the oven, which is quite unusual. You usually cook them on a bake. Oh, well done, Christina Midazaki. You interrupted me. Happy birthday, Caroline. Oh, I got a bunch of tulips and some hearts and a 65 Swedish crown super chat. Thank you ever so much, Christina. That really is kind of you. Thank you ever so much. Thank you.
Indeed. Getting Swedish crowns, dollars, euros.
Oh, we're very cosmopolitan.
We are. We're very cosmopolitan pair. We are indeed.
Well, I don't know. Ed made that giant Welsh cake and he didn't say, pop on over and I'll put the kettle on. We'll share it because it's so big.
Well, somebody in the comments was saying on the birthday pictures from the video, they said, it's a shame you didn't have ShareTube as well as YouTube, and then they could have all had some of your afternoon tea.
Oh, yes. Oh, you'd have enjoyed that.
It was very nice, and the service there was excellent.
Yep.
It is a very nice hotel, and the prices reflect that to a certain amount. It was a very special occasion, and it was well worth it. The service was excellent, wasn't
The
it?
gentleman serving us was lovely, and he came over at one point with his cake on a plate. He'd possibly seen it on the photograph, and he said, I know it's your birthday, and I'm not going to make a big fuss because not everybody likes birthdays, but... And then he sang happy birthday to me very quietly.
He did. He whispered, he goes, happy birthday to you. And then he goes, happy birthday, dear madam. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, yes, it
And
was
he
all very
said, I
posh.
sang it this way so nobody heard me. He was really sweet and nice. And very, and the little things, like doing the little cake with the candle in and putting happy birthday on it.
Yeah, it was a nice touch.
You know, it's just that little extras that they do just to make you feel special, which is nice. And it did make us feel special, and we had a lovely time there. And we decided, he said at one point, would you like a box? Everybody was having a box and filling it with cake because no one could eat everything on the table. Would you like a box? And I said, hold on a moment. I said, we're taking this challenge seriously. We are pacing ourselves. I had Chinese dragon tea, and I had jasmine tea, and you had orange tea.
You tried a bit of everything.
Oh, we were having all the, and they're bringing pots of teas and everything, and you could have them from all over the world. I said, we're taking up the challenge. I said, we're going to settle down and see if we can get through the lot. And he smiled. And in the end, we conceded, and we took 3 pieces of cake home with us because it had just about beaten us.
Yes.
I think we may have managed to force them down, but we wouldn't have been able to get out of the chair. It was a feast, an absolute feast. And we were there for the best part of 2 hours just drinking tea and eating.
Yeah.
Which was a nice way to spend your birthday.
It was very nice. Now, I noticed there are a few new names in tonight. So if you are new, this is first time here, then put your little comment in the chat with a row of smiley faces. We can say hello to you. It'd be lovely because there are so many names and I don't want to miss anybody out. So if this is your first time here, pop your name in and we'll say hello.
Now then, I can see somebody there saying hello. It's not a new face, it's quite a familiar face. One of our regulars who's with us most weeks. And now I've been interrupted.
Laurie, well done. You interrupted Phil. Thank you so much. Hi, all from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello in Richmond.
Picture of you and your kitten, your puppy, your dog. It's my glasses, sorry.
Panda.
You and your dog. Oh, and it's a monkey coloured dog. That's amazing. A $4.99 super chat. Oh, thank you ever so much. That's really kind of you. Thank you. And cute dog.
There you go, that's lovely. It's very kind of you indeed. Thank you very much. As I was saying, there is a familiar face here who sent a photograph for last week's show, and it never got in because it came through around 7 o'clock our time, and I didn't go back and check before we came on. But there has been a fair bit of discussion in various chats over the last week about the weather and the snow. So do we have the picture?
We do, but before we go to that, if I can just say, Belinda Dewar said, hello, I don't usually comment, but have been watching for a few weeks. Hello and welcome, Belinda.
Hello, Belinda.
It's great to have you comment. And if you fancy commenting and chatting, everybody's so friendly, you'll be most welcome.
There's 1 or 2 odd ones, but you'll spot them very quickly.
One of them sat there. Ooh. Anyway, sorry.
Yes,
Carry on, dear.
As I was saying, we have got a picture of Mike Sage. He is waving to you all, and to keep it topical, there's some snow in the picture. Have you got the picture? There we go.
There he is. Hello, Mike.
There we go. There's Mike giving us a wave, and as you can see, somebody's been busy putting all of the snow off the patio onto the borders by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So that's a lovely picture, which, as I say, Mike sent through last week, but I didn't pick it up until after the show, so we thought we'd put it out first this week. We've had a bit of snow, but I understand our friends up in the Yorkshire area have had a fair bit more than us, as in Scotland. And across the middle belt, the M62 to Manchester, it seems a lot of people got in trouble, and a fair few people found that an electric vehicle is not much use when the temperatures fall below freezing and you skid in. Your battery runs down in no time at all. So they were abandoned electric vehicles along the M62.
Yep.
So it's been happening here, and I know parts of the world have had it a lot worse than us.
Yeah.
I think we get in the tail end of we usually get the tail end of somebody else's storm, don't we? So wherever you are, I hope you're keeping warm tonight and well.
Right, Abigail said, sorry, I signed in last night, then disappeared. I was exhausted from...
Interrupted.
Oh, I've been interrupted. Oh, Lisa G.
There we go, a 199.
A 199 super chat. Thank you ever so much, Lisa. That's really kind of you. And are you pointing to your last comment?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it just a sort of number one? Symbol, yeah. I'm not quite sure. I think that's what it is, but it could be pointing to... Phil will go looking for your last comment. No, thank you. We do appreciate that. It really is kind of you. Thank you so much.
No, I think we're safe on that.
Oh, there we are. Okay,
that's lovely. Thank you very so much.
Abigail, I signed in last night, then disappeared. I was exhausted from doing yard work. It's a mess from winter out there, raking, picking up fallen branches, etc. Sounds like you've had quite a rough winter as well then. But we had a very mild February, but it's gone very, very cold here now. Right, let's have a look. I don't think we had any more lines of smiley faces or anything. Oh, because I don't want you to think I was dismissing you. I was exhausted and fell asleep while I was writing something in chat. Sorry, Caroline and Phil. Please accept my apology. Oh, don't worry about it at all.
Hey, the worrying time is if I fall asleep, because I'm so high up on this chair, I'll go down with a crash.
Oh, Lynn said we just about dug a path to the car, but still not able to get it out. Graham had to have a snow day yesterday because Lynn and Graham, you've probably seen those on our videos, up in Yorkshire, so they're up there in Yorkshire. Sounds like it was bad, Lynn.
Well, I said to Caroline, it's lucky we didn't decide to go to Yorkshire for our birthday. We'd have been stuck up there.
Mind you, I quite fancy, for those who don't know, we've got a caravan we call Abbey, and I quite fancy being stuck up in Yorkshire in the snow in Abbey. That would have been fun. I just like the idea of being snowed in.
There's Charlotte saying they had a lot of hail.
Right.
That's pretty mean and cold. So the temperatures have plummeted. They reckon they're coming back. I reckon we're going to get more spring temperature. By the end of the week. The thing is, here in Wales and across the UK, I think, most of the UK, we had a really warm spell in February when we were away.
It was lovely.
When we were away in February down at Teignmouth, it was gorgeous when we made the video down there. And then March comes in and we end up with snow and all sorts. But it's not as unusual as we think. This does happen quite a bit, doesn't it? We can think of at least 2 occasions when there's been a significant event going on in our lives that's got interfered with by the snow in March. So there we go. It's not as unusual as we think, but it's jolly cold. I
think we need to have our first question because we're so enjoying the chat. Yes. So we better have a question.
By all means, dear. And a thank you to everyone for all your lovely comments. So many people saying such nice things about
Ed, I saw that.
about the trip around Abergavenny. And I keep saying, one of my catchphrases is, there's history all around us. But I will be honest, I am continually surprised by the history we discover. When I started doing the history in Abergavenny, I did not expect to find a juror from the Chartist trials had been the landlord of a pub there in the middle of Abergavenny back in the 1800s. And what is more, I didn't then expect to find out that our friends, the Kentish Mudlarks, have probably had lunch in that very pub, because they said when they visited Wales, they went to Abergavenny and they said, we can't remember the name of the pub, but it was near those booths. Well, they were right outside. Yeah. So see what a small world it is. Very small world. But one of the things we showed you that was not small was that old bell. Just for anybody who's new in today, don't put your answer up until you see go on the screen or you hear me say go, because it gets very confusing otherwise, because there's such a time lag everywhere. So as soon as you see the word go, put up your answer. It's going to be A, B or C. And the question is regarding the old bell. Right. That was a big old bell. For me, because I love old stuff, the fact that they took all the bells out of that bell tower and melted them down in 1948 seems almost criminal. It does. They then used the melted bells to make a new set of bells. At least somebody amongst those Philistines decided to keep one. and that was from 1308. Now that's a dickens of a time ago to be making a bell. In 1308, and it's the sole survivor of the peal of bells that was melted down. My question is, during the process of removal and replacement, the number of bells was actually increased. What is the current peal of bells in the tower there at St Mary's? Is it A, 8 bells, B, 10 bells, or C, 12 bells?
Go! Oh, here we go.
Right,
Who's gonna
what
be
are you
first in?
thinking?
And who's going to be first in with the right answer?
Right, so what's the name of the Weatherspoons in Dover? Is that the 8 bells?
It's a certain
6
amount of bells.
Something to do with
Some bells.
Something to do with ships and that. I think it might be 6 or 8. They got a series of bells hanging up in there. Haven't
Yeah,
they?
I don't think they're real bells. They
Yeah.
may be, but I don't think
We
they
go there for our lunch sometimes when we're travelling on the ferry over
Yes.
to
Oh,
Dover.
I love you mentioned Dover. I get all excited. I love going on the cross-channel ferry over to Europe. Great fun.
Well, gosh, golly gosh, that's lots of answers coming in.
We have got a lot of answers coming in today.
As I say, what they did was when they melted them all down, they actually increased the number of bells by 2. And the number now is either 8, 10 or 12.
So we got a winner.
Yes, we have. Right here.
Right, here we go. Oh yes, Victoria Mudlark said it's called the 8 bells. Yes, very nice there. Thank you, Adam.
There we go.
I was wondering if you'd know. It's your area, isn't it?
Right then. Well, the answer is 10. There were 8 bells and they added 2. So the answer is 10. So we're looking for B, which was not very popular initially, but Annie is the first B on my page because Ed came in with A, Adam came with C, Dan came with C, Laura came in with C. Once Love Treasures come in with 8, and then Annie had a B.
Oh,
then
well done, Annie.
Lynn Bean had a B,
Well done, Lynn.
and Susan Haywood went
Well
with
done,
B.
Susan.
So there we go. It's Annie, Lynn, and Susan. And we had another 3 in a row. Straight after Susan, Christina, Rachel, and Carlin all went with B. So we had a flurry of Bs.
Oh, and then he went back off again.
Then we went back to C. But it's Annie, Lynn, and Susan were the first.
So well done.
So there we go. They're our first podium places of the evening.
Ed said they were a 6 bells pub near Cardiff. Not sure if it's still open. There is a place up our way. Well, not so much up our way. A bit further up on the other valley, and that's called 6 bells. And that's actually a town, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is it a village?
It is
a village.
It's
Could be a
probably
town.
Yeah, because it's quite a large colliery. 6 bells is a large colliery. Yeah, it's over near to Newbridge.
Did I got myself confused now? Did Annie win? Annie was one of the first 3, was she?
Tell her now.
Because Annie saying Annie is Mo. Yes, I did see you coming in. I said, now, I thought to myself, how do I refer to you now? If I
That's
say
right.
Mo, people
Hello.
are going to say, who's Mo?
Annie Mo.
Annie Mo.
Annie Mo. Yeah. Annie, yeah. Okay, so Mo.
So well done, Mo.
Annie, previous... what was it? The star previously known as Mo.
Oh, yes.
Because that's what Prince used to call himself, wasn't it? Yep. It's Mo is Annie, and Mo came first, top of the tree.
Well done, P. Mitch. They guessed right. I'm usually guessing. I'm not answering these ones because I know the answers, so I don't want to cheat. Sometimes I don't know the answers, and then I'll have a go.
Actually, when we come to the next question, it was inspired by Caroline. Caroline said, "Oh, that would be a good question," she said. And I thought, "Oh, you're right, it would." So there we go. Yeah, lots of talks about bells.
Right, shall we have? I've had some birthday presents, so I thought you might like to
God.
see what I got. So
Well,
where
shit, well,
is my, somewhere on here, I've got a jingle. Right. Now there is a theme. A lot of these things are art related because of my art channel. Well, in no particular order. I'm just going from, I put everything in the box and running around the house finding them. So this is what I had off Phyllis, and it's a waterproof little bag for taking all my art things with me when we go away on trips. And also I want to go to like the castles and spend some time drawing in Caerphilly Castle and things. So this is a waterproof bag. It's brilliant and it fits in I checked, you can fit an A4 book in there. I've got this is a sketchbook I made myself, and that fits in very nicely. And also, in this little front bit, I've got something else she bought me, which is some fine liners. Now, these are dead posh. If any of you, I know quite a few of you do some art, and you've got these pigment microns, but these are a special edition, gold and black. Never seen those before. They're quite snazzy. I feel very elegant using those. I feel like a proper artist. So thank you ever so much, Phyllis. As you can see, I've already started using it. And Lexi and Elaine sent me some things. And the first thing they sent me, now you know Jeannie Nash. Thank you. We've got a coffee donation from Jeannie. Thank you ever so much, Jeannie.
Thank you.
We really do appreciate that. Thank you ever so much.
Very kind indeed, Jeannie.
Well, Lexi and her mum Elaine sent me a few gifts. Now, something that came with these peeps. And look at this, Lexi. There's nothing in there, and I haven't opened them. They must have come from the factory like that, because...
Complete with the sticky tape holding the pack together.
There's no sticky tape holding the pack together. Look. I may have eaten them.
Yes.
They were lovely.
Actually, I went... Caroline was quite poorly a couple of days back. So much so, Caroline was off her food for about 24 hours.
She isn't like me.
And I was quite concerned, but I had to go out and visit a family in the evening, with regards to my work. And when I came back, I said, "How are you feeling, love?" And she said, "Oh, I'm feeling a lot better." She said, "An hour or two ago, my appetite just came back." I said, "Oh, that's great. I'll make you a cup of coffee." And when I went in the kitchen, on the side was the empty Peeps packet. So there we go. They were there for when Caroline recovered. Wasn't it, dear?
Yep. And they were birthday party flavoured. And these are birthday cake cookies with spots on.
They were nice.
You noticed.
They were nice.
They were
I ate
nice.
half of them.
Phil helped me with those, yes.
Yes, I
Actually,
ate
did
half
say
of
to
them.
spare you a crumb or two, so we shared those, and they were very nice.
Well,
so
I get a feeling
Lexi and Elaine.
I probably ate half minus one. I get a feeling Caroline was eating faster than me.
How you can say that?
She's younger. She's quicker off the mark. What else you got in there, dear?
Right.
Oh, that should.
This is something. Just a second. This is something else I had off them, and this is a little music box. You open the lid and see what's going on, and there's a little birthday cake. And which way do I turn it? The other way. This way. Isn't that lovely? It's like this lovely little music box. So thank you. That really made me smile. That's great fun, that is. Thank you ever so much. And one last present off them. Whoops. My box now. It's this. It's Winsor & Newton ink. But it's gold, and I'll try to show you on camera what this is like. It's like a liquid gold. That is pretty amazing, that stuff. Let's see. There. So, oh, it's settled. It needs a good shake again now. I did try it, and it is lovely. It's a spring somewhere just went doing. I'm not sure what's happening. So thank you ever so much. That is lovely, and I'm going to use it with my dip pens. Oh, I've also got some gifts from Anne and Jason. I've got some primer, which I desperately need because I'm always painting over plastic, and it takes about 20 coats and it peels off and things. So I've got some primer now. I can squirt it everywhere and then paint. And
wrecking the joint.
I am. Look at this. Look at that ribbon. Now, if you watch my art channel, you know I always say any excuse for a bow. And I like, if I pull this back there, can you see how much is on there? It's huge, and that is going to make such cute bows. And I quite like, at the moment, I'm going through a phase of liking white with greenery and black and white on. So I think that is going to be very useful.
She does go through her phases. Good dear.
I do.
Yes, she's a woman of many phases.
And they also got me this, which is to make mushrooms. It doesn't look much like it. I think, what on earth is it? But it makes the most amazing mushrooms and toadstools. And then for the underneath bit, you know, with all the gills are on them, you got that bit, so you can make those in whatever size you need. And that's one of those silicone moulds. So that I'm really looking forward to using, especially autumn time. I'm just going to be using that to death. And finally, I've got this, which is a pack of 10 of these. Now, I love making wreaths, and these are brilliant bases. You don't have to completely cover them. You could just put a bow and a few florals on the bottom or the top. But also you can cover them completely if you want to. And they're, if I show you, they're a lovely copper colour. So I've got 10 of those. So thank you ever so much, Anne and Jason. They're lovely. So thank you to everybody who sent me a gift. It really was great fun. I love the Amazon man turning up and giving me things.
And also
It's terribly selfish, isn't it?
a big thank you, because we've committed to revamping the Facebook page and we've changed the banner. And thank you for the feedback on that. And we've made it more centred now around our theme of history and travel. And we did put out a notice of the birthday tea, and there was something like 148 comments on it. So thank you to everyone for all your lovely birthday wishes through the Facebook page, as well as through the comments on the channel, as well as tonight. It has been so lovely to have so many people wishing Caroline well as she goes through her final year in her 50s.
I know, I'll be into the 60s. I was supposed to have more fun in the 60s. They reckon the 60s were great fun.
Yeah.
I was like born in 64, so I wasn't really old enough to enjoy it.
I was born in 1960.
Yeah, he was 10 by the time the 70s arrived.
I was an old man. Yep, heading towards her 60s, but I'm already there paving the way. I'm heading for 63.
You are, yes.
Yep, and loving it. Yep, indeed. It's at the end of the day, every day's an adventure. And if you've got the health and strength to enjoy it, then use it.
Yeah. And one thing I've been thinking, Phil saying that has made me think.
Ooh, I made that think.
You did?
I don't have nothing.
I've been pondering things, and many of you will know I had a mini stroke over a year ago. And I really, at one point, I started to get really...
You were quite fatalistic.
I was,
It wasn't like you.
No,
like
but it really felt like, you know, what's the point? And the one thing I was thinking, people always say, oh, look after your health. If you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything. And I'm thinking lately, that's rubbish. Because even if I haven't got my health, I'm still going to have fun. I'm still going to go places, do daft things and enjoy myself. So I've decided that statement is dull. So if anybody ever says to you, oh, if you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything, tell them don't be daft.
That's right.
That's how I'm going from now on, because I'm not going to be labelled with that one. I'm determined to have some fun.
Well, we had a friend, and he was severely diabetic and on insulin from 4 years of age. And as a complication of a procedure he went through, he was then made blind in his 30s. And that guy, with all of his problems, he then had a transplant. He had his pancreas and something else transplanted. He was on about 60 odd medications a day after the transplant. But you know what? He was one of the most... I don't know, he was always larking about.
Right?
He had a baby grand piano in his living room, and he wrote about 80 odd songs after he went blind, and he used to perform. So, you know, as Caroline says, if you've got your health, value it, look after it, but don't let anything steal your joy, because your joy is where your strength is.
Yeah.
That's where your real strength is. Keep your joy and don't let anyone take it from you. That's my advice for tonight. Now, before we have the next question, I want to share something from a comment that came in tonight, because Monkey is so excited to find out that he is now an AI superstar.
Yep.
Yes.
This panda here, this one.
Yes, I'm sure it's all in the news everywhere about the Chat GPT, the AI bot that can give you information on anything in the world. Well, it turns out that if you check out Monkey in the AI, according to Ed, this is what it says. Monkey is a stuffed toy panda that belongs to Phil and Caroline Johnson, who are YouTubers based in Wales. Monkey was found discarded and then restored back to health. He enjoys climbing, going on adventures, and apparently has a sweet tooth for chocolate and sweets. So there we go. Monkey is taking a bow because he now thinks he's a superstar, because he is a topic of conversation in the world of artificial intelligence.
I reckon it'd be interesting if we can boost like hashtag Manky Panda, things like that. And if you all search up, it'd be
There you
interesting
go.
what the
Go
AI
Manky
makes of us
there.
all searching up Manky Panda.
Well, all Manky's fans are on here. There we go, you know. What do you know? Wow, go Manky. Manky's known worldwide. Yeah, well, he's got his own range of t-shirts.
But here he goes. Manky said that he always likes to give you a kiss every now and again to brighten you up. And there are always people who got problems or feeling a bit down or just could do with a little bit of a kiss off him. But he thinks it might be worth a little bit more now he's world famous. So pack it up, here he comes.
So he's charging 10p.
Yeah, and he
There you
also did
go.
say, I think he could start selling signed photographs, but I don't think we're there yet.
Right, now then, we've still got a full set of questions to go, bar one, so we'd better have the logo and do a question, hadn't we? Now, I don't know how many of you noticed, but one of the things that struck us, not medieval, not ancient, relatively modern, but a beautiful piece, and that was the lovely sign on the Burton building. On the side of the Burton shop, there was this beautiful sign, and it read, "Let the tailor of taste dress you." But it also said, "Let," and then a name, and then the tailor of taste dress you. And Caroline said that would be a good question. You could ask everybody, what was Mr. Burton's first name? So that's your question. Don't forget, wait for the go before you answer. Do you think it was A, Marmaduke, B, Maximilian, or C, Montague?
Go.
Which do you think was his first name? Caroline said, look, there's his first name written on the
Very
side.
grand, isn't it? All those names are very grand.
It said, "Let so-and-so Burton, the tailor of taste, dress you."
Oh, there's a lot of right answers coming in.
Is there?
Is that because you searched it up, or is it because you remember from seeing the sign, or did you know? We do have a lot of answers coming in.
Well, we do indeed. We do indeed. Lots of answers, lots of answers. 77 people in at the moment, 48 thumbs up. Thank you
lovely.
ever so
Thank
much,
you ever so
everyone.
much. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying this. That would be great, thanks.
Yeah. So,
Right, so do we have a winner?
yes, we do. We do, because the answer is Montague Burton.
What a name that, Montague.
Yes, it said, "Let Montague Burton, the tailor of taste, dress you."
I think we should try getting Montague back. I think that'd be lovely, wouldn't it, to call your child Montague?
Well, we got a Max. Yeah, a little Maximilian. We got a little
He's not a
Max.
Maximilian, he's just
No,
a Max.
no,
Well,
he's-
not just a Max.
No,
You
he's
couldn't
Max.
describe how Max is just
He's
a Max.
Max Logan, isn't he?
Yes.
So there we go, folks. So we're looking at Montague, which is C. So first answer in was correct, and it was from Dan Fetters.
Well done, Dan.
And then we've got Mike Sage,
Well done, Mike.
the famous waving man with the snow pile. And then we've got Susan Hayward,
Well done, Susan.
because we had a C, an A, a C, an A, a C. And then we got a few C's there, because Lynn Bean and Carlin went for the C's as well. But the top three are Dan, Mike, and Susan with Montague.
Oh, Beata Heinz's cat was called Montague.
There we go.
But Jackie James said, my cat's name is Louise. We had a goldfish called Colin. It's a koi carp he was, not a goldfish. He was huge, and our children all wanted to name one of the fish. And our youngest wanted to call the koi carp Colin. So we had this huge koi carp in the end called Colin.
And we knew some folks when we were living in Bournemouth, and they had a cat called Astrophy. They called their cat Astrophy so that it was catastrophe. There we go. So, which we thought was quite original, but maybe you know different. But yes, they had a cat called Astrophy.
Oh, where's it gone? Maximilian is my dog's name, Lisa said. And Beata said it was the surname in Juliet.
Juliet and Romeo. Romeo and Juliet.
Right. Romeo and Juliet. I was thinking, Julia. Got there. Romeo and Juliet. Right. Oh, there we go. I didn't know. I've never read Romeo and Juliet. It always seemed a bit sad to me. You know, I knew basically what it was about. But you know me. So I've got a terrible sense of humour, so I like funny books and happy books, that sort of thing. I'm not into I will watch murder mysteries. I don't mind those as long as they're a bit tongue-in-cheek. I don't like gory ones. I don't like anything that's a little bit scary or lots of blood and gore. Midsummer Murders, that sort of thing I like. Oh, Rachel says our black cat was named Hecubus.
Ooh.
Right then, Hecky for short.
Right,
should we have
another question?
Yeah.
Because we need to move
look at the time.
along. Yes, we'll just get another one in there. Right then. Mr. David Lewis, a judge in the court of Queen Elizabeth I, and the first principal and founder of the Jesus College, Oxford, was laid to rest in one of those fine tombs that we filmed in St. Mary's. And he was laid there in 1584, which was a few years ago. And that was in the Lewis Chapel, which is named after him, and where lies also the Jesse carving, which we showed you, which was quite amazing. But what was the profession of Lewis Jenkins, who was also laid to rest in the church in 1757, but with a simple stone laid to the floor? Was he a druggist? That would be A. A tobacconist? That would be B. Or a wig maker? That would be C.
Go.
What do you think? Okay, so David Lewis, he had a grand place right in the church because he was a judge in the court of Elizabeth I. He was the founding principal of Jesus College, Oxford. He's a fairly well-known guy. And I believe from talking to the lady guide there that his dad was actually the minister there at St. Mary's in the day. So he was laid to rest there. But there was another Lewis Jenkins. And Caroline read out his stone on the floor. I'm asking you, which of these were listed amongst his professions? A, druggist, B, tobacconist, or C, wig maker? Let's have a look, yeah.
Oh, hello, Rufus.
Right then. Ooh. 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 We've got three correct answers.
Right.
In fact, I can see 4 now. The answer is tobacconist. Now, there's quite a lot have gone for druggist, and there's a good reason for that. There were 2 people's names on that gravestone. The second one was a druggist. But Lewis Jenkins, he was actually a soap boiler, he was a tobacconist, and I believe he was a chandler, a candle maker. So he worked in all 3 professions. But tobacconist was listed as one of his professions. So we are looking for B, which means we've got Sally.
Well done, Sally.
Lynn.
Well done, Lynn.
And now I got to go down a bit because everyone's gone A. Bonnie Tyler, fan 34.
Well done, Bonnie Tyler fan.
So there we are, Sally Sendell, Lynn Bean, and Bonnie Tyler fan 34. They are the first 3 Bs. And Lexi got a B as well, but she was a little bit further down.
A little bit late.
So there we are. Yeah, tobacconist. So fair play. A little bit of meritocracy in the grandeur of the church. Because there was talk at one time, they were talking about making that church a cathedral. They were going to make it the cathedral when they set up, I think it was Llandaff Diocese. They were going to make it the cathedral.
It doesn't seem big enough. You always imagine a cathedral being bigger. And it looks smaller on the outside than it does on the inside. It doesn't look very impressive from the front doorway.
I think what made them consider it was its history, because it's got tombs in there from the 1300s. It's got so much history because it goes back to the priory as well beforehand. It goes back to 1087.
Lisa, well done, Lisa G. Thank you so much. You've interrupted Phil. And a $149 super chat and a moustache. Thank you ever so much, Lisa. That's really kind of you. And thank you so much. We do appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, we've got a few images from Abergavenny.
We have.
Because while we were up there, we didn't meet Oliver and Kate on this occasion because Oliver would have been in school. But we did say hello to them at the beginning and put up a photograph, which is one of 4 photos that Oliver has sent through, because Oliver's been busy mudlarking, and he's also been making his first video, I believe, as well.
Yes.
So, and I get the sense from at least one of these pictures that there may be a certain amount of influence from myself in Oliver's choice of equipment when he goes mudlarking. I don't know. See what you think. There he goes, walking with his big stick.
Yes.
Which did remind me of someone I know. So there he is, strolling off down to the river, Oliver.
And, oh, just a second, I'll get there now. There we go,
And
there he is, in the river.
In the river. Water levels nice and low, just right for his wellies so that he can go hunting.
And we got this one. He's been under the bridge, and look at that bag of finds. I wonder what's in there.
Indeed, that's a fair old bag full that Oliver's got there. Lovely young man and a real keen mudlarker. It's nice to know that as we're getting a little old for the mudlarking, we're inspiring a new generation. And I think we got one. Yeah, there he is.
He's going under the bridge.
Yes,
Scary.
adventurous. He's getting in under the bridge to see what he can find.
Yeah.
So some lovely images sent by Oliver of his day on the river there in Abergavenny. And he's quite a keen, he's got good eyes.
He has.
I tell you,
he can spot pipe stems at 100 yards.
Because as well as the sort of aching joints and all the rest that slow us down, the one thing we notice when we work with anyone younger than us,
especially Tom.
Yeah, when we're up with Tom can spot a pipe bowl in the water when the water's running, and we can't see it because we can't see through the reflections and distinguish. But he's got sharp eyes, and most of the people we work with are considerably younger than us, and they can all see.
But everybody in the world is considerably younger than us, I think.
But,
the mudlarkers we meet.
But yeah, well done to Oliver on those lovely photos, and we look forward to hearing more from Oliver and his adventures. And we will be going back up, and we're going to try and go up that part of the world when the schools break up, so we can meet Oliver again and he can come on video with us. And we've had the invitation as well to meet up with another couple, because they are linked to something that we want to film the next time we go. So that is all to be seen, hopefully now in the spring. I guess some nicer weather.
Lexi said, my mum has just said you aren't too old for mudlarking, Phil.
Well, put it this way. It's all down to managing risk. That's what it's all about these days. All about managing risk. And there's a lot of things I can do, but I choose not to because I manage the risks. I don't bounce back as well as I once did.
Now, when you're like 10 and you fall over, then you get up and you're fine. It doesn't half hit you when you're older.
I've got to 62 and a half and I haven't broken a bone in my life. I'd like to keep it that way until I die at 110. And obviously something we got to take very seriously these days is because Caroline's doing brilliantly well, but the medication Caroline takes to keep her safe does have the implications that it wouldn't be wise for Caroline to fall for sure. And I know this to be true because in my line of work I have come across situations even recently where people have lost their lives through a simple fall. So it just makes me think. I've now done services for 2 people a year or 2 younger than myself who have simply fallen and had a bang to the head, and within 24 hours they're gone. So it makes you think, and I think don't push it.
No, we have a lot of fun now in a different way.
We're loving what we do, and as I said, we got into mudlarking and we loved mudlarking, but we've always, at the base of everything we've done, let's go. It wasn't let's go mudlarking, it was let's go with the Johnsons. It was always travel. And the one thing I love to do when I travel is find out the stories about the places we go. And then it's such fun to share them with you. And you lot seem to enjoy finding out about them. So we're all happy.
It was really funny. On the video, if you watched last night's videos, last night, wasn't it? And I was looking in the gift shop and there was a couple looking at a rack with all postcards on. And I was looking and at one point they said, there's a big miner and a little miner. It's a miner. And they thought that was really funny. They burst out laughing.
I know, we end up with people listening in on the commentary.
Yeah, so you're like, what's he saying?
Mind you, you do get some funny looks. And if you've noticed people when they walk you past and they're looking like this at us, because of course we're stood in the middle of a street. We're like BBC presenters in the middle of the street with this tiny little camera about 2 inches square.
It certainly doesn't look professional.
No. If we had big cameras and microphones on tops of things, people think, oh, look, they're filming. We're there with this little GoPro on a stick. It does the job.
Well, it sort of does the job.
Yeah, well, we're producing films every week.
Yeah.
Do you want another question?
Let's have another question.
Go on, let's have another question.
Jackie said she remembers the terrible fall you had that time when you were visiting your mum, Phil. Probably the one in Scotland. Remember? You come cracking down, didn't you?
I went down like a ton of bricks that day. I was very lucky. I bounced over. And I was saying to Caroline, be careful, love. And the next thing you know, I went down like a ton of bricks. Oof. And it's easily done. So just being careful and live long and prosper. That's what I'm going to do. Right then. There were some beautiful stained glass windows at St Mary's, and a few people have commented on the beautiful windows there. And when we go back up, if it's a nice bright day, we'll see if we can get footage of each of the windows in more detail for you, because it is a lovely church and it's open. If you're in Abergavenny, it is open. You're welcome. There's people there to invite you in, and it is
tell you some of the history. They're really helpful.
Oh yeah, the lady there was ever so helpful. So there's some beautiful stained glass windows, including the one that we did show in more detail, as it was directly above that amazing 15th century carving. And the size on that thing, the detail on that thing, and to realise it's carved from one lump of oak. They've taken one huge trunk of an oak tree and carved that, 600 years ago, and it's still there. My question is simply this. That particular window, when was it installed in the Lewis Chapel? Was it A, 1816, B, 1916, or C, 2016?
Go. What a puzzle. Is it misleading? I don't think I'm going to say anything. I'm just going to let you see what you come up with. I would never have... I didn't realise until Phil told me again. I'd forgotten, and it's surprising what the answer to this one is. And it's... Let me have a look. Which question are we on? Oh, right. There we go. That's why I've got... I get confused. I can see Phil's question, sure. Right. Do we have any right answers?
We do, actually.
Who's first?
Now then. I'm going to give a mention. I'm going to give a mention to Dan.
Right.
Because Dan has got the correct answer. And not many people have got the correct answer. But the reason he's getting a mention is because Dan managed to get it in a split second on my screen before the go. So I don't know if it's appeared like that.
I think it was a little bit early because I saw it come up while he was still before you got to A, B and C. But,
so I'm going to give Dan a mention for getting it right, but I'm not going to give him a podium because the rules are the rules and he's the wrong side. So C is the correct answer, folks. It was 2016 and our now king, who was then Prince Charles, was present at the service when the window was officially recognised in the chapel in 2016. And here's an interesting thing. The lower part of that window, that stained glass window, it's got a very special glass that repels UV rays. And the reason they did that was to protect the sculpture of Jesse, the reclining sculpture of Jesse, because the sunlight is damaging it and causing problems on the wood. So they actually used glass that has UV repellent
cost a fortune.
Built into it. Well, a window like that must cost a fortune. But yeah, it was in 2016. So we've now got to go down that page because we're looking for a C, and I've got A, B, A, B, and then I got a C. And it's Lisa Roberts.
Well done, Lisa.
Then we got a couple of B's, and then we got a C. from Rachel Bailey.
Well done, Rachel.
And then we got A's and B's and A's and B's and A's and B's and Linda Peterson.
Well done, Linda.
Right at the bottom. No, I'm sorry, Linda.
Oh, no.
No, Jackie is above you. Jackie.
Oh,
sorry.
No, that's it. Poor Linda now probably in floods of tears.
No,
You've
but
ruined her day.
No, but Jackie James got the third podium.
Can't get the staff.
But there's got to be a gilt bronze podium. There are only 4 correct answers. So there's no way Linda's not getting on a podium.
There you go. You get on the podium anyway, Linda.
Yeah, well done, because only 4 of you jumped that leap, like Caroline said, that she wouldn't have made to a stained glass window that's only 7 years old. Specially commissioned. And I'll tell you something else about that window.
Go on, then.
If you look at it on the video, up above the first level of the window, you'll see a character playing a harp. That's David, Jesse's son. Alongside it, you'll see Ruth gathering sheaves. What they have done in that window is depicted in pictorial form all of the names that would have been on that 30-foot family tree of Jesse right through to the birth of Jesus Christ. And in the window they have Mary sat in the centre with the child Jesus on her lap. So the window is actually a representation of the tree that was destroyed during the Civil War.
Don't you look all innocent. Linda says she's crying there in New Zealand.
Sorry.
Poor Linda.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I won't go to sleep tonight. I feel
really
so
guilty.
bad.
You should do. I think that's terrible.
I feel so bad. Oh, poor me. Poor Linda. I'm sorry. I got it wrong.
Right, let's try and take the pain away by giving you another question.
Okay, well, you all know what our final question is, don't you? It's, yes, we want to know, how many times did you see Manky in this week's video? I'm going to give you 3 numbers, and you can simply put up the number. You don't have to go ABC, you can go with the numbers.
Wait until they go.
So, I'm going to ask you, how many times did you see Manky appear? Was it 2, 4, or 6?
Go.
What do you think? 2, 4, or 6? What are you thinking? Ed saw 5. He does this to me every time. He's trying to wind me up, he is. He's trying to make me nervous.
Always come in with 6 as well.
Right, he's seen him 5 times, 6 times.
Right.
Ooh.
So who's right?
So what are you thinking? Well, I've got to be honest, we've got a variety of answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Ed's gone with 5, which wasn't on the list. Mike's gone with 3, which wasn't on the list. Dan's gone with 1 that wasn't on the list. So I don't know what video everybody else is watching. You are just trying to make me nervous when it comes to my assertiveness.
That's what it is.
Please, let me be assertive. I know the answer to this. I'm sure I do. Well, the answer officially tonight is, drum roll please, 4. Manky appeared 4 times. Now let's see if I can remember what they were.
Go on then.
He appeared with the daffodil.
Yeah.
Definitely. He appeared up on the sign when his welly fell off. He appeared climbing into the church. And he appeared checking out the fish and chips on the notice board outside Wetherspoons.
Which means he did appear 5 times.
Why?
Because he's also in the bloopers. Oh, so. Oh, he did appear 5 times. Well done to those of you who got 5.
Oh.
We're going to sack you from this job.
He's in the blooper reel.
He is in the blooper reel, yeah. So
Oh,
for
my
those of you who didn't watch till the end, there's a blooper reel.
Well, that
And
means...
he's in that.
That means that Ed is right. And he's the only one to give a 5.
Well, I think somebody gave a 5 later on as well. Who was it? Kate Millard said 5. So there we go. Eagle-eyed Kate spotted 5 too. Oh, yep. So Kate and Ed both said 5. And sorry the rest of you may have said 5. Had 5 been an option, which it wasn't, because somebody miscounted. But I'm not saying who. Oh, no. Wouldn't want to embarrass him.
So, there you have it, folks. complete and absolute breakdown of the competition tonight.
Well, we'll trust you again.
If the answer had been 4, which in the main body of the film it was, but you're right, he was in the bloopers. He was in the bloopers.
He was, I know, I put him in there.
Then it would have been Glenda, Christina and Jen that would have been the first 3 answers that said 4. Which means I'm going to give you all a podium place for getting the correct wrong answer along with me.
Well, Jen said I was wondering if you would include the bloopers.
So we have to say, well done, Ed, for coming up with 5. And did you say someone further down did as well?
Yes, Kate. And Kate said it was Oliver, not me. Well done, Oliver. Ed said the surprise on Manky's face is priceless. That is Manky's surprise face. There are those who says it looks like his happy face, his sad face, his kiss a kiss face.
Well, at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen to you.
Oh no!
And
not always in a good way.
Yeah, and I'm going to hide behind the fact that I completely forgot about the bloopers. But well done, everyone. Thank you for joining in tonight. Thank you for being part of the conversation.
Yeah, it's been great fun.
Thank you for being part of the quiz. Thank you for all the comments you're sending in.
Yes, also thank you. The positivity is lovely. Having all the comments coming in from you saying you're liking the new format.
Definitely.
Things you enjoy, part of which bits you enjoy. It's been real good fun reading them.
And it's been great because, as I say, and I say this for no other reason than just for you to understand, that the decision we took to do this was not taken lightly because we knew the impact it would have on our channel. We are losing subscribers every day. Every count is down. Our views are down by 10,000 over the last 28 days on our 4 videos. So we have halved our views. We are dropping in numbers, but we know what we've done is right for us to do. We appreciate why people are leaving, because if they follow in for the mudlarking, then we don't blame them at all.
Well, no, it wouldn't be of interest then.
The way you lot have been so positive about the places we go and about the things we do has been more than enough compensation for all of the losses at this moment. It's a transition we knew we would go through. It has not surprised us, but what has really blessed us is all your lovely words. We can't thank you enough. They mean so much to us.
Yes, we do appreciate every one of them. Thank you so much.
We do, and we're going to finish on time this week.
Yeah, look at that. Is that impressive or what?
First time in 3 weeks that we've managed to finish at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So there we go. Well,
we'll see you all next time, but until then, don't forget,
have fun. Bye.